Hello, everyone, and welcome to another special episode of the Whovians. And today we're going to be discussing the Christmas episode that aired yesterday. We're going to be discussing the Husbands of River song, which I hope you guys had a chance to check out our little 60-second reaction video we made yesterday. That was fun. But this is going to be our full-on review where we're going to go all over all the little tidbits. You know, might go on for about, who knows, 40 some minutes or so. But you know what? It's a good time. Again, feel free. We'd like to know your thoughts in the comments section, what you guys thought about the episode, or if you'd like to join in with us. Cool. Thumbs up on that. All right, so let's get this party started, and today I'll get this started with, Steve Stotts, man. What did you think of the Christmas special this year?
Already got the screwdriver out, kids. How are you today? Thanks for joining us. The Husbands of River Song. Only saw it once so far. Always fun. The Christmas specials are always just that. They're a fun ride. Nothing too crazy. But this one, I mean, I love River. It's great to see her back finally. The last time we saw her, she was, it wasn't really her. It was some sort of computer construct, if I remember right. That was what, a year and a half ago? Something like that. But no, this one, it was a lot of fun. When we started out, the streets and all that looked like the one that where they went with Clara, even though it was what, the 53rd century or something like that. But no, it was great. I mean, she's walking around with the TARDIS key, and she's telling people to look out for all of the previous incarnations. And he's going to look like this. And of course, they had all the pictures of all the doctors and that. And yeah, so I mean, he could pretty much walk around, and she wouldn't even think that it was him. But it was a nice reveal. Yeah, when he finally said, hello, sweetie. Yeah, and then all of a sudden it dawned on her the whole bit. I mean, and, you know, it looked like they were in some trouble in the whole bit. The king guy there in the suit, awesome, loved it. That one comedian, what was his, Matt Lucas, it was good to see him. He was always pretty funny on Little Britain and stuff like that. But no, it was great. I mean, they sort of implied that this was the end of the line for River, being that her diary is almost full. But not necessarily. I mean, she could still go on a few more times before she hits the library with David Tennant. So I hope she does. I hope she comes back. I always liked her. It's always a lot of fun. Resourceful. She can fly the ship. Yeah, so I'm definitely going to give it another look later on. But I would give it a 10 out of 10 easily. Fun ride.
Wow, okay. Steve Stotts, my good buddy from Canada, was happy with this year's Christmas special. Awesome there, bro. All right, Lee Wilson, really, man. I'm sure you got a second chance to watch this. You feel a little better about this one? What do you think, man?
I enjoyed it. As everybody knows, it's a Christmas episode. And Christmas episodes is usually just fun and a romp, which that's what we got. They delivered on that. Yeah, all the loose ends with River seems to be tied up now. Yes, I loved Matt Lucas, and it was absolutely brilliant. I mean, what did Capaldi say to him? Don't make a puddle. You know, you're going to be needing a mop in a minute. But yeah, it was just fun. It was a fun Christmas episode. For that reason, really, you can't really compare it with the season what's gone before, because that was, you know, a serious. But this is the fun bit. I enjoyed it. But I can't give it a 10. I mean, I'm not a big fan of River, but Alex Kingston is a good actress. Capaldi is brilliant. The scenery, the music. That was the best viewing on Christmas Day for me on TV. So for that, I'm giving it an 8.
All right, Lee. Solid 8 for the Christmas special. Thank you very much there, sir. All right, we have Beefhead in the house with us today, sitting on the toilet like some of us are doing right now. So what did you think of this Christmas you know,
yes,
special
indeed.
with that.
An overfilling of turkey and Brussels sprouts aside, I have managed to break myself away from the bathroom long enough to be able to take in the Doctor Who Christmas special, take it in and absorb it maybe once or twice for all the joy that it is. And, you know, I'd like to say this, the BBC scheduling for Christmas so far, we're on the 26th of December in the UK, has been particularly bad, but this has been something that has been very good. I read the comments from, because I couldn't join you guys for the 60-second reaction yesterday. People were saying, oh, yeah, the sci-fi is an afterthought and everything like that. You have to remember what this is. This is Christmas. This is designed for family viewing. This is designed for the casual viewer, not the people who, like us, who've been there all the way through the season that gone before, looking at every single minutiae and everything like that, trying to find some vague connection and everything like that. Yeah, this has been a good family rounded episode, and I think there has been something for everyone for them. There has been stuff for the fans. There's been the lovely little nod to everyone knows about Jim the Fish, but none of us know about Jim the Fish, but everyone there knows about Jim the Fish. Yeah, there has been stuff for the casual viewer. Yeah, there's been all the pictures of the Doctor's gone past. Well, the Doctor has limits. Well, yeah, there's something that you learn every day, even when you're married to the Doctor. There's something for everyone in this episode, and it is at the core of it, and what it has to be for Christmas is it's fun. It doesn't take itself too seriously. It doesn't get bogged down to a large part with everything that has gone before. And that is it. It is a nice program that you can just sit and watch there with your family like I did and enjoy. And it completely delivers on that point. It completely does. To that view, it is a successful Christmas episode. Matt Lucas is brilliant as the sort of bumbling idiot of an assistant. To be honest with you, you know, when he realizes that he's got the wrong guy, you can see literally his without wanting to be too crude, his butthole twitching because he's made that big mistake. To be honest with you, yeah, he's brilliant in that. And there's, you know, his is purely reactive comedy, everything like that. You could say to a certain degree this episode is pantomime, which is something that is so well versed in the UK and everything like that at Christmas. It's slapstick, it's comedy of the absurd, it's situational comedy. It's not about punchlines and one-liners, it's about the situation, and it is really good. Capaldi is fantastic, all the way sort of like giving out these nods and hints to who he is and where he is that River doesn't pick up on. And up until you get the payoff at the end, when all of a sudden there's that realization as she's going through the situation of where the Doctor would be and who the Doctor is, and then she turns and there is that flash in her eyes that she realizes that the guy standing next to her is the Doctor. It is really, really well staged. Greg Davis is superb as the shouting, King Hydroflax. Even down to the robot suit that houses his head, it is a really, even that in itself is a character. The guy who voices that is one of the guys from Game of Thrones. He's the one of the big guy that wields the big hammer that you will have seen in the last season. Even he is really good. The concierge on the ship full of despots and genocidal maniacs, thankfully that's skirted over. But even he's great as a sort of spit little type crawling thing, as a bit of a bug type face, as someone who was stuck up to everything. It was very, very well done. The music complemented it fantastically, and you had the nice payoff emotionally at the end. I don't think you can really judge it that harshly based on that it's just being a Christmas episode. You had a lot of schmaltz and a lot of lovey-dovey aspect to it, but I think to a certain degree, for those that hate River Song, watch this, because
I think it does give a nice rounding to a character. Yeah, there's always the aspect of the loving aspect to it, but there is also the playful comic aspect of it, that when you put the two of them together in a room, they're as dangerous as the Doctor on his own, to be honest with you. I love the fact that when the gemstone falls down from the ceiling, she just pulls her top forward and catches it in her cleavage. That is fantastic. And they play off each other like a fantastic double act. Well, so you know, where's the best place to be? Well, actually, it's about here, really. Have you got the count on this? Yeah, there's 2 exits over here, 2 exits over there. The one on the ceiling, well, you've got the one on the floor. They're a fantastic double act. So for me, this really is a very, very good Christmas episode. I'm not going to say it's the best ever, because there were comments yesterday saying, "Hey, you're crazy. This is the best Christmas episode." But it's the best one this year. I would say for me it is very, very highly ranked amongst the Christmas episode ones there. And for me, it's definitely a solid 9 out of 10 episode. So thank you very much. I've been Beef, and Merry Season's greetings to all of you.
And Merry Christmas to you, Beef, man. That was pretty much everything. I think we could wrap it up now if everybody just wants to give a review, your just your number, because man, that was like everything I was going to say, man. Exactly. But I'll tell you this, I do agree. I noticed that even the guys that don't like River much kind of even enjoyed this episode a bit, which is kind of cool.
That's it. We do read the comments. Anyone who watches our videos, we do read the comments and take what you say on board. But I would like to answer some of the points that were raised yesterday from the reaction.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see. All right, Kevin from the Netherlands, our little buddy down there. Now, what did you think of this one you just got done watching?
I really enjoy it. When the Doctor is hinting at Riverson that he is the Doctor, like, oh my God, it's big on the inside. That was just really funny. It's also the emotional ending I really like. Of course, the sonic screwdriver that the Doctor gave to her was from 12. On the story of his own, Hydroflex, the menacing robot and head, and the it was quite good. It was just like Beef had said. It's a family. It's a family episode. You don't have to know anything about Doctor Who. You can just sit right there, and it's for the ones that don't watch Doctor Who and still enjoy it. So yeah, I'm gonna give this an 10 out of 10.
All right, Kevin enjoyed this one. Thank you there, sir. All right, let's go. We haven't seen David Aston in a while. Let's see what he has to say about this tale of Christmas. Take it away, man.
Hello there. Welcome, viewers. Hello, welcome, and find the Whovians on Twitter, Google+, and of course the Facebook page, which you can find by typing in the Whovians. And I'd like to say, to paraphrase the Fifth Doctor and in turn Alice in Wonderland, 3 impossible things before breakfast. I like to believe in 3 impossible things before breakfast. 1, that unlike certain people, the Whovians isn't finished, it isn't dying, it's actually regenerating and becoming stronger. And to the person who said David Aston is never going to appear on the Whovians again, well, like the Wizard of Oz, I'm capable of many magical things. So, anyway, the review of Husbands of River Song, the Husbands of River Song. Well, this is essentially end of an era, but not just in one way. It's an end of the era for Stephen Moffat, who is searching, not with very much luck apparently, for his successor. Also, Peter Capaldi has been speaking about the possibility that season 10 will be his last season. And of course, River Song has reached a point where she got to the Singing Towers. So in the same way that the End of Time and the 10th Doctor specials were kind of wrapping up the whole Russell T Davies era, and Planet of the Spiders was essentially the end of the Third Doctor's era, that sort of thing. This is the same thing. River Song's timeline isn't timey-wimey, it's literally a spider's web. Alex Kingston basically goes through it without any difficulty. She knows with a song Inside Out. In Big Finish, you'll be able to hear her meeting the 8th Doctor soon, I think in the new year or something. And yeah, absolutely brilliant. She still looks as lovely as ever. And that's what I really loved. Yeah, it works on different levels, like Beef Dad Jr. pointed out. You know, for some people, regular viewers, you can get something which isn't confusing. For long-time classic or new Who fans, you'll get the sort of just like the 6th Doctor when he's got his little credit cards in one episode, I believe. You got all these faces. And for new Who fans who love the 10th Doctor, we see the sonic screwdriver and the book that I think it's the 10th Doctor and Donald Noble discovering in the library. So everything's full circle. Steve Stutz mentioned that River Song was last seen, that was in Deep Breath, and she was an echo because that was post Silence in the Library.
That was the name of the Doctor.
Yeah, name of the Doctor. There's the name of the actual episode I should have mentioned. Thank you, Tim Keep. Tim, I'm getting mixed up now. Tim, well, one of the Tims anyway. The 2 Tims. Great episode coming soon. And so we've seen her before the 10th Doctor and also after. But I felt in Name of the Doctor that she was kind of not really used very well. It's almost like an afterthought. As for Capaldi, it's nice to see the Doctor experiencing, the whole thing from, it's a flip coin thing to the whole relationship with a song, really. It's going back essentially to David Tennant's first encounter with her. She knew him, he didn't know her, that type of thing. That's the story. Yeah, it didn't get the sci-fi too well, but it is Christmas, so most people would be too drunk anyway. You could have inserted Ronnie Corbett into it, and people would probably think it was convincing. As for the Singing Towers bit, perfect writing. It's a very normal, down-to-earth thing. It's like Stonehenge or the 5 Faces, that rock face with all the American presidents. It's something that is totally down to earth, but it's just magical in its meaning. And for River Song, of course, it isn't just magical, it's also signpost and the potential end of her time with the Doctor. So the husbands of River Song, like King Henry VIII's wives, is mythical in its longevity. And I'd give this 8, 9 out of 10. But timey-wimey doesn't mean it will be the last time we see River Song. We still haven't met, we haven't actually seen River Song meet the Doctor for the very first time. So who knows?
Well, there you go. Thank you, Dave, man. Pretty awesome there, dude. Let's see. I know we still have a bunch of guys here left. Let's go with Jason, man. Jason's one of our newer guys here. How you doing, Jason? You want to give us your full thoughts on this?
Hello, guys. First things first, Carol singles will be criticized. Made me laugh when I saw that one. Well, always love the Doctor's grumpy moments. Even the fact that love the scenery of the episode, and then between how the Doctor and River Song are like reacting to each other, and she didn't even notice that was the Doctor till like later on in the episode. I mean, it worked out great to me. I'm just like really enjoyed it with the villains going on. It's like the names I'm still trying to process with that. But just the fact that how the Doctor just, when he just seen River, and he's just like, River! And then she gets all mad because she don't like it when people just say her name. So, but it's funny how they end up steering the King's head, and then when he's getting all mad and grumpy, and then they're just both just laughing for the fun of it, and that was definitely an enjoyable moment right there. And this episode was definitely pretty great. I mean, having just having to go into this one ship. That I don't know, that ship that definitely looks a bit familiar. It's like I've seen that before. I don't know. I mean, what ship from the West or one. Definitely like the part where they have these half-faced kind of aliens. When the guy just like opened like half his head and they end up having that kind of money thing or whatever it is. But definitely the whole plot worked out definitely great. I not very much to say. I mean, how exciting the episode was. I mean, I really enjoyed it. Made me laugh. Definitely great graphics. Definitely great scenery of the towers and the sceneries in the background of the building of itself with the lighting and all that. Definitely a great episode. I still give it a 12 to 10.
Wow, all right, Jason, you really enjoyed this one. Awesome. So far, so good. Everybody's enjoying this one. All right, with a couple fellas left here, we're going to go with Beef Dad on this one. Take it away, dear sir.
Good evening. Merry Christmas, everybody. Yes, this for me was Carry On, Don't Lose Your Head in Time. It had basically all the elements of a Carry On film. It was brilliantly done. It was so funny and so clever. The singing towers. Well, I've been to Egypt and I've been to the Colossi of Memnon at sunset so for me that magical aspect, I remember that. Yeah, the Colossi of Memnon, you got two massive great rock figures and at sunset, if the wind's in the right direction, they both sing. And it's just wonderful. So yeah, I know where their idea for the two towers came from, because as soon as I saw it, I thought Colossi of Memnon, wonderful. Yeah, definitely Carry On, Don't Lose Your Head, because the amount of people who ended up with being talking heads was just brilliant. I did miss the Action River song a little bit, because I do particularly like the Action River song. I think she's great when she does that sort of action stuff. She's really good at that. But the thing is, she's also wonderful at comedy. She was brilliant in Mole Flanders, which was basically comedy, and that sort of understated comedy transferred over superbly well into this story, with Peter Capaldi opposite her. You could not fault it. You could not fault it in any way, shape or form. It was just so clever. That creepy concierge made me laugh. But one of the things that really amused me is how many people it took to play King Hydroflax. You had one playing the head, which was Greg Davis. You had Nonso Anonsi doing the voice of the robot. And then you had Liam Cook actually playing the robot. So it took 3 people to play King Hydroflax in this. It was brilliant, brilliant idea. I loved it. Matt Lucas never disappoints. Never disappoints. He knows when to overplay. He knows when to underplay. I mean, just his last lines from actually inside the robot were just absolutely brilliant. And it was just quiet, muffled, underplayed, nothing mad, but just so very, very funny. But yeah, as a carry-on film, for me, this gets a 10 out of 10 for Christmas.
All right, 10 out of 10 for Beef Dad. All right, that gave him a nice, happy Christmas. Awesome. All right. Well, looks like I have 2 of my buddies left to get to, and we will give this one to Texas Tim. What are your thoughts, my man?
Well, I can only echo everybody's sentiments about this episode. It's very good. It's very much a good standalone episode of Doctor Who. It's very much like a carry-on film. It's great that I think Lee made a good point too. It's very much like a dessert after a very heavy series. I mean, that because the series was very serious, got pretty heavy there, towards the end. And this is just a standalone romp. I mean, it's a lot of fun. What I like too is almost like the Doctor stumbles into an episode of The Adventures of River Song. Like, I mean, it's almost like it's her show and he's the guest star, which I know that might piss a lot of people off, but that's not really the point. It's a lot of fun. It's a great bit of fun. I mean, Capaldi gets so many great lines that he just throws away, and it's very funny. They have an immediate excellent chemistry, him and Alex Kingston. And it ends with a bit of melancholy there at the end because she realizes she's at the end of her time, and they have a nice little discussion about what that means. And that kind of reflects on some of the stuff that we've had in the last series a bit, but it's a nice ending. It's a very nice ending for the character if that's in fact what it is. Because they don't think they had to bring her back if they wanted to. She could have ended how we saw her last time 2 years ago in The Name of the Doctor, but it was nice to have her story rounded up and kind of finished off in a sort of way. So whether or not we see her in the future, who knows? I mean, but I have to agree. It was a really great, fun episode, very standalone, has nothing to do with what's coming next. We don't know what that is or when that is at this point. But I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. I think this is a perfect example of what you can get away with on Christmas. And that's not always easy to do. So I think this is a great episode. So I give it a 10.
Oh, cool, man. I completely agree with your thoughts there, man. All right, awesome. Thank you, Texas Tim. All right, Jimmy. Jolly Jimmy he is today, so take it away, man.
At the end of Series 9, I was really, really disappointed with it. And I was dreading watching the Christmas episode. I was only going to watch it because we were going to review it. River Song was coming back, and I thought River Song was used way too much. And then I tuned in, and I was blown away how great it was. I love River Song's characterization in this. She's not superior to the Doctor or any way more arrogant than him or anything. I really loved the way her character was. I wish this was her character every time she was on. I loved Capaldi. I loved how, as the Doctor, pretending this is the first time he was ever in the TARDIS and being blown away that it's bigger on the inside than outside. That was fantastic. I like the throwaway line that River was once married to Stephen Fry. It's a Christmas episode, but Christmas is hardly in it. They mention Christmas Day at the end, and you hear a little carol, but because of that, you can watch this any time of the year. You don't have to wait to Christmas to watch it. And it's great for repeated viewing. It's just a terrific episode. It's funny. You laugh a lot. So I have to give it a 10.
All right, Jimmy. Jimmy enjoyed this one. I'm glad all my buddies enjoyed this episode for Christmas. That's cool, man. Just like a little extra gift for everybody. And of course, you're not going to get really anything different out of me. Of course, I also enjoyed this one. You know, not to go into really too much detail, pretty much what everybody said, but I guess a couple of the parts that I really liked, which was, of course, the Doctor finally got to properly do it his way, how he always wanted somebody to come into the TARDIS and be amazed. You know, that was freaking awesome. But a lot of the little things, a lot of the physical and the facial comedy from Capaldi himself, when Alex Kingston's character River is, you know, kissing another man or saying she was married, like when you're watching him in the background, he's getting like a little jealous boy kind of folding his arms like that. That was really, really funny, man. And I'm glad they kept it that way for me. I'm glad, because I wasn't sure what we were going to get coming into this. We all knew River was going to be in it, but were the Doctor and River going to be, you know, kissing or snogging? I mean, we didn't know. And I am glad it didn't go that way. I'm glad, they gave a hug, cool. They kind of respect each other. Of course, we're going to be spending time together. It is cool that they left this semi-open. So if River does appear again, it would make sense. Who knows? But if he doesn't, it doesn't matter, because this pretty much tied her story up in a way, but also kind of left it open in the same way. So either way it goes, it doesn't it doesn't matter because her story can be done here completely. But if she does pop up again, awesome. I love River. Nothing against her. Alex Kingston, great actress, very underused in Arrow. I wish we could get a little more of her in Arrow, honestly. But
yeah, that's true. She's bloody underused in Arrow. I mean, John Bowman is getting a rather good chunk of the action as the new Raj Al Ghul.
Right. Well, maybe in time they'll do something with her a little more in there. But with her return in this, not really knowing what to expect from this, the comedy in it, man, for a Christmas special that wasn't too Christmassy. They don't always have to be super Christmassy, I guess, man. It is. I watched it 3 times, and every time I watched it, I found something new to laugh about out loud. You don't always do that with Doc. Here and there, with certain episodes. This is really funny, and I'm watching it with my kids and my wife, and we're all laughing because it's actually funny. Even for you don't have to be such a super big Doctor Who fan. Even a casual fan will get a chuckle out of some of the stuff going on, man. I just thought it was a great Christmas present, and the thing I'm most happy about is all my friends enjoyed it. And I know some of my friends here were not looking forward to this episode at all. Dreaded to watch it. So to hear some of the guys here that weren't interested in this at all saying how much they really enjoyed it, that means a lot to me, man. That's really cool to hear. And it, not for nothing. We could be criticized for being positive sometimes, some more than others, but it is cool. It is cool. We're all together happy about an episode of Doctor Who, all together. So that's cool. So for that, it was a great special. Had nothing to do with any of the things going on with last year's story or whatever the future of next season. Just as standalone, it's a 10. I completely enjoyed it. I didn't find any fault with it. I didn't watch it drunk. I was completely sober, and I enjoyed it all 3 times. I had a laugh. My kids loved it. It was just some good TV. Now next, I'm really looking forward to Sherlock, guys. So you guys out there, we are going to be doing a 60-second reaction to the Sherlock special coming up, next week or so. So keep an eye out for that one. But yes, guys, this was a 10 out of 10 from me. Now, if anybody else you want to open up and take it away.
Yeah, we learned several things about River in this. One, she's 200 years old.
Extended augmented lifespan.
Yeah. She's been married to women. The Doctor reminded her of her second wife.
Second wife, yes.
Yes, and she's been taking trips in the TARDIS without the Doctor knowing. So
she has a liquor cupboard.
Yeah, so she could pop up again.
And that's it. That, I must say, for me, was a very good comedy moment. For as well as he thinks that he knows River, she'll always find a way to surprise him because there's a stash of brandy that even he doesn't know. He did it. And if you really want to be a canon sort of, real sort of one of those guys that ticks off lists and everything like that, new suit, haircut, everything like that. I did. For me, it was an aspect of there was a certain degree of you did have a carryover if you really want to be pernickety about it. That the lessons he learned from Clara, he did carry over into this Christmas episode. That this is the last night. Okay, there's a get out, which is it's a 24-year night, which for me would be really bad because surely enough the machine would run out of ice after a few hours. But that's it. But it's the last night, and he accepts that everything must have an end. He's even saying to River, it's been fun. We have to understand that. And there is a certain amount of pathos to it. I do really like the symbolism of the two, singing towers, because no one knew how they were going to be realized and everything like that. We didn't know what they were going to look like. This is purely now down to artistic interpretation, and it's quite nice as a sort of parallel to Doctor in the River, you know, that they will tell stories about us. There are stories about us. There are these two stone monoliths, you know, that they are set there forever, never really destined to meet. They are forever fixed at that point. They may intersect at points, but they will never truly come together. And that, I must say, I think was a beautiful description and, you know, an idea of the Doctor's relationship with River. I think it was beautifully done.
Yeah, there you go, man. There you go. Well said, my man. All right, well, you know what? Let's wrap this up. We all enjoyed it, and I think before this weekend, I'm definitely going to give this one another watch, man. That's how much I enjoyed this one, because we're not going to get our Doctor Who back for a little while. It's up in the air still, right? So we don't have any clue when the next season is going to begin. Maybe over the next couple of weeks will fill us in, you know, on that. But keep in mind, we will we're going to start doing our classic reviews again starting next Saturday. So next Saturday we're going to begin with the Eighth Doctor movie, and we're also going to throw a little bit of the Night of the Doctor in there. So there might be a little bit, not too much, but we might throw a little bit of the audio, some of the McGann's audio stuff in there. I know from Tim and Lee and the other guys that listen to the, you know, it might be a little bit, you know, they have to do with the movie a little, and, you know, and Night of the Doctor, which will be good. That's why it's good to have these guys on board that really, you know, listen to the audios too, to, you know, fill in some of the gaps. So next Saturday will be a McGann day. I'm not going to say what we're going to do next Sunday yet. It's a little bit up in the air, but look forward to that. We got, you know, some more surprises coming. We got some new shows in store. Like David Aston say, I guess in a way, yeah, we regenerated a bit, but, you know, we're still the same. We're going to get, you know, we're going to carry on, you know, we're going to put out new stuff, and our videos that disappeared, they'll be back up. You know, we have most of them backed up, so they'll be back up slowly as Jimmy, you know, gets the time. He'll put them up here and there for us, so that'll be awesome. I want to again thank everybody for watching, you know, us. Want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, you know, and a big deal. Leave some comments down in the comments section, because we do enjoy it. Even if you know, you don't agree with us or whatever, you know, just leave some nice comments, and feel free, if you want to pop on the show, just let us know. We'd like to meet some more, you know, friendly faces like ourselves, you know, us bunch of handsome guys right here, aren't we, guys? Come on. You know,
I can talk about my handsomeness. I don't know about you guys.
But yeah, man, it's all, you know, it's all good and fun here, and that's what I always just wanted anyway, just to have a good time. But, you know, remember, just, you know, hey, if you like us, subscribe to us, you know, give us a thumbs up if you like it, thumbs down, and hey, if you don't like us, whatever. But definitely, I like the comments. I like comments. Share around if you like. All right. We love you guys. Happy holidays to everybody. We'll see you for New Year's. Keep on hooing, everybody.